What's up, traders? So August 17th, 2020, and we're coming in New York session right now. It's pretty much done. And man, what a choppy ass day in the market for sure. So not really much thing too significant happened. We're going to go over that. We're going to look at the dollar. I think tomorrow, turnaround Tuesday, is going to be big. I think there's some big setups setting up, and I'm really looking forward to see how it fleshes out for sure. So I've been super busy all day doing one-on-one calls with my coaching program, the Forex Pro Trader Accelerator, which I prep people to get funded. It's going great. And actually, shout out to Andre in the group. So he's been doing a great job and set me up with an awesome US dollar yen setup. So basically, and he starts his funding challenge next week. So I'm super excited. We're going to take a look at US dollar yen and other dollar pairs, some big setups. If you're on my call on Sunday, that hadn't been uploaded or shared to YouTube yet because the file is so long. It was like an hour-long Zoom call for my VIP group. So getting that uploaded, we'll get that to you. And so if you'd like to be a part of my group, if this is your first time seeing me, click the link below to get started. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. I know how it is with Forex trading groups, training, signal groups. You join and you're like, usually more often than not, like, damn, this isn't all it's cracked up to be. So I promise you with my group, if you're open and you're willing to do the work and do the training, actually put in the time, that will not be your reaction. And we're having awesome success. People stick around in my community for years, literally years. And so like in our community group, it's not just me in there. There's a ton of awesome traders. So all the traders that watch us and VIP group every single day, watch you all grow. And it's pretty inspiring and amazing, man. So shout out to you all. And let's take a look at the charts, man. So like I said, here we go. Like I said, here's US dollar yen, and we have some really interesting dollar setups. And Andre shared this with me today, and I was like, damn, dude, this is a great setup. So which, like, if you go to the 4 hour, we're looking at from this high here back in May to July, this low here, 106, where we're at. Perfect setup here. And if you're in my training, you should hopefully be like, damn, dude, that is textbook X marks the spot, right? So, I love these. And really, when I talk about X marks the spot, what we're looking for confluence. Confluences of support, confluence of resistance. We have multiple confirmations here. I'll take the Fibonacci's here, but just this alone looks great. Oh, sorry. Not coronavirus, allergies. Allergies are super bad right now. So look at this. Check this out. A huge false breakdown, because potentially you could be like, oh, well, we have this here, which total possibility. And I really just noticed this, like, if we go to the hourly, what do we have here, right? So bearish flag. Right, so we have a bearish flag set up here. And typically, not always, I'll just take this off here for now. Not always, but, typically the length of the breakdown after following a flag pattern or breakout, if it's a bullish flag. There we go. That's the flagpole. Typically, the breakdown, more like that. We'll go to the top of that fractal. It's trading. It's not an exact science. If it was, it would, we'd all be billionaires. But typically, the breakdown is the length of the original flagpole. So here's the flag, and then here's the breakdown. And so this is the completion of that pattern. So that's a free tidbit there for you all. So that's a great thing to know. And then we could take this here. This looks like a pretty big false breakdown. Let's see. Especially if you look at it on the daily, that's definitely false breakdown there. So we have our X marks the spot. Here we are on the 4-hour. Let's go to, there it is. There we go. So just that alone with the flag pattern, I mean, this looks like a great setup. So let's add our Fibonacci's on here just to get more confirmation. And here we are from the low to the high. I actually just started doing this. I think I'm going to add it, change my properties around a little bit. Boom. Right. So now we have some massive support and resistance lines. And we can go back in time to see, I'll put where this 38.2% retracement is. So we have the thicker blue line there. And we can see how significant this level is. Look at that. Here. You can see this is a massive zone right there. Here's the same area coming into play, not quite making it there. So you can see this is a big area, this 106. Okay, so thank you, Mr. Blue Line. We're done with you. And let's go to the 4-hour. So if this is the 38.2% retracement, which typically is a continuation fib, so that means a lot of times, especially if we get respected here, we see a break higher following a retracement to the 38.2. So, but also, Andre and I pointed out, this is actually where I pointed this out to him. This is where he had it originally, which would have us at the 61.8, right? So 61.8, golden fib, 38.2, where we were previously. So this is a big level, just to sum it all up. So there we are on US dollar yen. I really like the setup here. So let's take a look at other dollar pairs. So that really look, well, let's take a look at cable first. So in a triangle here, something's going to have to break sooner or later for cable. And if tomorrow is a breakdown for the dollar, it could be a big breakdown. I talked about this on our weekly charting Zoom call. Now, if we break out higher, it's like all she wrote for our cable, man. It's going to be a huge opportunity. But if we do get that dollar strength coming in, I think a retracement on GBP USD seems pretty likely. Euro USD tried to make some moves today, but we didn't take out this high here, so that's something to make us think. Excuse me. I hit my 3 o'clock caffeine lull at 3 o'clock when the markets close. The caffeine's wearing off. And so you can see this looks very similar to GBP USD. Now let's take a look at dollar Swiss here. Dollar Swiss, another push to the downside. We're still in this massive area. Like this is a very significant level of support that we're at. We broke down, but we're still respecting the backside of this trend line. So potential triple bottom. Like looking at it, it certainly looks pretty bearish. That's for sure. But let's take a look at the daily chart. showing a lot of divergence here. But this is what I really would like to point out. Take a look at this chart. Here we are, US dollar Swiss. We have our potential upside target if the dollar really goes out of control. Where we are in the weekly RSI. Here we are on the dollar index. So this level on the dollar index is very, very significant. We can just go back in time here. You can see how relative this 92 40 92 50 area has been. So like the question is, do we bounce here, or if we break down out of here, that's going to be like, I mean, like game over, really. Excuse me. But here we are on the 4 hour, right? So like here we are on the dollar index. Here we are, triple bottom. Is a nice like kind of separator. So we're back outside of this kind of downtrend, right? Potential inverted head and shoulders. I don't know if I would go that far, but one touch, two touch, three touches, and this is the dollar index, right? Now, here is US dollar Swiss. Pretty similar, right? Pretty similar. Now, this is what I want to point out. So we'll take a look at dollar CAD real quick. Very flush to the downside here. Maybe stopped out some longs that are trying to get long in there. It looks like we're getting a bit of a bounce right now. Okay, so that's good. That 3180, 3190 on UCAD is huge. And we're still inside this descending triangle. So like this is the big daddy I'm waiting for, at least. So we're getting to the make or break point where it's got to make a move. It's got to make a move. Now, this is like kind of the nail in the coffin of, man, this is why I think the dollar is going to looking pretty bullish, and you have to be careful here. Here we are on US dollar Mexican. So US dollar MXN is a big, very big risk barometer asset. Like, you know, so in times of like everything's going good, stock market's pumping, and risk sentiment is high, we're going to see more exotic currency, so to speak, like the rand, peso, maybe Turkish lira. But the peso specifically is going to be a big barometer of risk appetite. So this is stuff I teach in my advanced section of the training for anybody that's like kind of getting lost right now. This is what I talk about. Now we can look at this and see that when times of risk off come in, especially in these exotic markets, and we see dollar strength start to kind of perk up and peek its head around the corner, it's a very, very good signal that we're about to get a risk off move, right? And so like maybe not so many people paying attention to USD MXN dollar peso, right? So especially if we break out of this little wedge here, dude, it's going to be, I think we're going to see some strong dollar action. So this is the thing. When I saw this, and one of my mentors and one of my favorite traders tweeted about it, and then I looked at it and I was like, yep, this all makes sense. So we have a dollar perfect storm putting itself together right now. So tomorrow's turnaround Tuesday. Today was super choppy in the market, not too many things materialized, just lots of ranging, very tough to trade, that's for sure. So So that being said, tomorrow's going to be big. I can feel it now. If you want to be a part of my group, click link below to get started. You will not be disappointed. I promise you that. And thanks for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the VIP chat. Peace, everybody.